Ciao y'all, Naturally Kenya here. Today is going to be a fun video comparing Italy to my home state in the US of Texas. But since I have Italian subscribers, I want to give you guys an idea of what life in Texas is actually like. So I'm gonna compare Italy to Texas in a few different ways. For starters, the first point is size. Honestly, Texas is huge. It's about 2.3 times the size of Italy, just in area. If you have no idea what I mean, I will just overlay a picture of Texas and Italy together so you can have a broader idea, and you can drive from one side to the other and still be in Texas. In terms of sports, in Texas, American football, like the one you throw, is basically a religion. You should see the university football games, tailgates. It's basically a beautiful disaster. Texas football is seriously a lifestyle. It's not like anything else you've ever seen on the planet. Even high school football games are intense. University, even more. Everybody participates in this. I guess you definitely could compare it to what you call football in Europe, or what we say in the US as soccer. It's the same intensity, except it's on all levels of the spectrum. High school football games can be so intense, you would think the players were professional. Yeah. The next thing I'll talk about is food. Now I'm reminiscing because this food you cannot get in Rome. So there are a few different types of food that we eat in Texas that I really miss. My mouth is watering just thinking about it. For starters, barbecue. Texas barbecue is the best. Another huge thing we have in Texas is Whataburger. Oh my God, I miss it. It's a fast food place with the best breakfast food on the face of the planet. If you know what I'm talking about, that honey butter chicken biscuit is to die for. And then of course, Texas is so close to Mexico. We have Tex-Mex, and it is the most amazing thing as well. I probably eat Tex-Mex in Texas, well, maybe 2 times a week. That's probably one of the things that I miss a lot. Now that I live in Rome, it's actually experiencing Tex-Mex on the daily. Just everything, it's so good. It's such a different contrast than the Italian breakfast, which is usually like a certain sweet or a cornetta or something like that, compared to Texas where we have like eggs and bacon, or the US really. In Italy, obviously you have the same things that compare to America, like McDonald's, but in the US, I will never eat at a McDonald's. I will not touch that with a 10-foot pole. I used to eat there in high school occasionally, and that had to at least be like 6 years ago. I have not touched that food since then. It's just not the best choice that you can make in the fast food world. However, I will say that I think McDonald's in Italy tastes so much better. And the Coca-Cola here is also so much better. I actually would like to drink a Coca-Cola in Italy versus the US. I think the recipe is different. Maybe the sugar content for regulations in the EU. Obviously, there's situations where you cannot compare Texas and Italy in the food department. Both foods are super delicious. I will say that maybe Texas is more heavier when it comes in terms of calories and just the amount of the food, the portion size and everything is definitely much larger in Texas. Italy has better ingredients, higher quality ingredients. You can definitely get those from the supermarket for much less than you could in Texas. For everyone that's curious about the Texas accent, not everyone in Texas has an accent. I definitely don't think that I have an accent. Well, it depends. Certain words, my Texas side comes out, my southern accent side comes out. Generally, you have this accent in smaller cities, smaller towns, and not in the big metropolitan cities like Dallas and Houston and Austin, Texas. There's kind of like, I can't even do it. Like, how are y'all doing today? Are y'all going to the, oh God, that sounds absolutely terrible. There's also a certain thing called Southern hospitality. So in Texas, we are very friendly. We will make friends with you when you are at the cashier's desk, checking out your items at the supermarket. You would think that we were your best friend from 20 years ago. We talk to everyone, and I mean everyone. Strangers on the streets, strangers in the grocery store, strangers when you're shopping. You basically make friends wherever you want to meet them because they're everywhere. I definitely think that something that I like about living in Italy is the fact that generally most people are very friendly and open-minded. Not everybody, because I've had my experiences, but I will say that generally people are, you know, pretty nice and friendly. In terms of transportation, I always have to explain this to people. We do not, in Texas, we do not ride horses to school. Maybe some people do, but I'm saying a horse is not the preferred form of transportation. Obviously, we have cars, and you need cars everywhere in Texas. Texas is huge. Although, I will say, people from the US might think that all Italians drive Fiats or something, and that's not true. All of my Italian subscribers, if you're ever in Texas or really in the US, please make sure that you stop by Texas. Usually when someone goes on a trip to the US, it's probably New York, maybe California, maybe Miami, but no one ever seems to go to Texas. So in this video, I compared my life in Texas to my life in Italy. If you like this video, make sure to thumbs up. Also, subscribe to my channel. I will have a lot of new content out for you guys, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao, y'all.